Safety data sheets, or SDSs, are provided by the manufacturer for all hazardous chemicals and substances used in your facility. These SDSs are for your use in the event you want more information on the chemicals you're using in the workplace. Generally, safety data sheets are maintained in an office, in other designated areas, or in an online database, so if you need more information, ask your manager or supervisor. What information is available in an SDS? The SDSs have 16 information sections that conform with the requirements of the GHS of Classification and Labeling of Chemicals Standard. The 16 sections include identification of chemical, hazard identification, composition information on ingredients, first aid measures, firefighting measures, accidental release measures, handling and storage, exposure controls, personal protection, physical and chemical properties, stability and reactivity, toxicological information, ecological information, disposal considerations, transport information, regulatory information, other information including date of preparation or last revision. Generally, the information in an SDS is much more technical than is normally provided on labels. While all sections of an SDS contain important information, 4 sections you need to really understand from a practical standpoint and day-to-day use of a chemical are first aid, accidental release measures, handling and storage, and disposal considerations. In the event of accidental contact or exposure to a chemical, Section 4, First Aid, will provide you or a doctor helpful first aid and treatment information to reduce the likelihood of injury or illness from exposure to the chemical. Section 6, Accidental Release Measures, will provide information on personal protective equipment, PPE, you should wear when using a chemical. This section will also provide you with steps you should take to contain or clean up a chemical to prevent environmental harm if it is accidentally spilled. Section 7, Handling and Storage, will provide you information on how to store chemicals to reduce the possibility of fire, combustion, or cross-contamination with other chemicals that could create a harmful atmospheric condition or harm to the workplace or environment. Disposal considerations provides valuable information on the proper disposal of used chemical containers or chemicals no longer used to prevent injury or illness to people handling the disposal of chemicals, as well as potential harm to the environment. One last important note about labeling in SDSs. Under the HAZCOM standard, chemicals used in the workplace, which are purchased from local retail stores, such as cleaning supplies, detergents, and similar chemicals, require you to obtain a safety data sheet and affix proper labeling before they can be used in the workplace. Usually, your manager or supervisor will obtain the SDS at the store where the chemical was purchased or directly from the manufacturer. These chemicals must also be properly labeled by the manufacturer, and everyone should read and follow the instructions and warnings printed on these chemicals. Remember, even chemicals purchased at a local retail store can be hazardous if not used, handled, stored, and disposed of properly. Again, SDSs are available to anyone asking for the information. As in any operation, if you have a question about the chemicals, substances, and materials you're working with, or you're not sure how to safely use, handle, store, and dispose of these items, ask questions. Knowledge truly is power, especially when it comes to your safety and health.